Hello fellow racing fans! Chip from the Digital Grandstand here with another F1 2017 highs and lows review video. Thank you all so much for helping me reach 20 plus subscribers. It really means a lot. I have to say, I was really looking forward for today's video. Force India is a team I've really grown very fond of over the years. So, without any further ado, let's see how the Pink Panthers fared in what would probably be their final season as Sahara Force India. Spoiler, there's a hell of a lot of highs incoming, with the very first one courtesy of, weirdly, the paint scheme. Yes, I was also quite miffed when they announced their partnership with the BWT water treating company would also translate in a very pink, very out there color scheme. Although reticent at first, by China I was all but hooked by the new shtick. It really helped the team stand out after ages of grey and greyer liveries. Now, at first, the driver lineup also deserves one big high. Perez left his dismal McLaren 2013 season far behind and grew ever since into a consistent, reliable pair of hands. As for Ocon, I think it's fair to say I was very surprised by him. I knew he was good, but had my doubts about him deserving his place in Formula 1. And I'm surely glad he proved me wrong. For the first three races, both Sergio and Esteban deserve a high. Even though they were not spectacular in qualifying, they more than made up for it during the race. Ocon's drive from 17th on the grid to P10 in China and Perez from 18th to P7 in Bahrain were just a joy to watch. 3 races, 3 double points finishes. Absolutely fantastic. Russia provided yet another high for the team, as not only the points kept pouring in, but also it marked the first time both drivers reached Q3. Their P6 and 7 respectively at the flag were only momentary highlights though, because just 2 weeks later, in Spain, they went on to score a P4 and 5. Another absolutely phenomenal performance from the Pink Panthers. Another high. For Monaco, however, the team earns their first low. It wasn't technically a huge one, as the VJM10 machine was a fairly versatile beast on all types of tracks except the tiny twisty streets of Monte Carlo. But also the drivers, it wasn't the best of showings for neither Sergio nor Esteban. And now we reach the second quarter of the season. And you all know what that means. No, not Verstappen's retirement galore, that's a topic for the next video. There we go. Sparky, sparky, spark, spark. The intra-team battle approached boiling point. In fairness, it's only natural. When you take a driver that's trying to exercise past demons from his career and one hot shoe that got his big opportunity to race in F1 and put them both in a competitive environment, tensions will grow and grow and grow. As it was really. By lap 46 of the Canadian Grand Prix, Perez was running in P4 with his teammate right behind on fresher tires. So far, so pink, but the main issue here was that they were running ahead of both Ferraris. And Sergio, on his slightly older tires, was slowly backing his teammate into the prancing horses. Vettel, on old tires as well, elected to pit for fresh rubber and set off in pursuit. Shortly afterwards, the Mexican was told Ocon should be let past so he could better defend from the charging Vettel, possibly even challenge Ricciardo for P3. Sergio dismissed his chances and asked the team to let them race. So they did, and the inevitable happened. A couple of superb moves by Sebastian propelled him past both Force Indias. And so the atmosphere in the pink garage soured. Low. Azerbaijan was next, and this animosity only grew. As the race unfolded, the pink cars were again running in P4 and 5. Having not forgotten Sergio's behavior in Canada, the Frenchman charged with all of his might on lap 20, and down the drain went another very good opportunity for big points. Possibly even a first ever win. Huge low. For the next 3 races, the team gets both a high and a low. The tension was palpable, but at least they managed to avoid each other on track. 3 consecutive double points finishes ensue, but the rivalry was not going away. And so, the F1 circus arrived at Spa-Francorchamps, and this race really cast a shadow over Force India's quite amazing season. Perez and Ocon managed to tangle not once but twice in the space of just 30 laps. The first lap contact looked really scary as Esteban was squeezed between his teammate and the wall, with his front tires trading paint with both obstacles. It really could have been a whole lot worse. As for the second contact on lap 29, that was the one that really sealed the driver's fate as far as inter-team battles were concerned. Ocon forced an overtake on the run to Eau Rouge. Perez blocked him. Esteban was left without half a front wing and Sergio had a right rear puncture. And from this moment on, the teammates were no longer allowed to fight each other until after the team secured P4 in the Constructors' Championship. 2 clashes, 2 lows. As the season went on, the two hotheads at least managed to keep out of each other's reach, as they continue to score double points finishes and both deserve a high for this. Really, the only blip in their final stretch of the season came at the Brazilian Grand Prix, where Ocon had a rough encounter with Grosjean and was forced to retire for the very first time in his F1 career after 27 Grand Prix. Not to be overshadowed by his teammate, Perez had a very mediocre race as well and only managed a P9 at the flag. Low. Now, overall, I will give Force India a high for their 2017 campaign. What this team on this budget had done in recent years is simply astonishing. In a fair world, by which I mean on an equal budget, they would have challenged for both championships. As this is the real world, they had to settle for P4 both in 2017 and 2016, which I'm sure is more than they thought possible 4 or 5 years ago. Oh, and of course, another high for their Twitter account. Seriously, if you haven't, follow them. They absolutely rock at social media. Now, for the drivers, I'm sorry but another low is due. Their stupid clashes had cost the team many points and even a few podiums. And it almost cost them a whole lot more. As for 2018, their prospects of keeping that P4 slot looks incredibly remote, let alone moving on to challenge the top 3. Behind them, both McLaren and Renault will aim to make huge jumps ahead in the standings and quite simply, they are better funded than the pink ones. Nevertheless, if they can keep Sergio Perez and Esteban Ocon in line, 2018 might just be the most competitive year the team had so far. Which, if anything, is great news for us all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this video just as much as I did making it. Force India truly is a great team with amazingly talented, enthusiastic and dedicated people. I'm looking forward to see more of their achievements and adventures in the world of F1. And what about you, my friends? How do you think the team will fare in 2018? Please let me know in the comments. If you've enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe to this channel for more F1 content and share this video with a racing fan that you think might enjoy it, as we will continue to grow this community together. As always, I've been Chip from the Digital Grandstand. You can chat to me more directly on Facebook and Twitter. You have the links in the description. And until the next one, racing fans.